Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mike.
It's Dan.
It's Mia.
So we heard some crazy news. Crazy bad for us, I guess. For you, it's good news.
I don't know, dude. Let's see.
Well, according to the survey that's done, I think last year, 2014, or 2013 actually, the BuzzFeed video came out 2014.
Right. Basically, there's an app. Are you interested?
Right.
And this app surveyed 2.4 million heterosexual people or exchanges.
Yeah.
And they found some data.
Right.
And basically, BuzzFeed made a video about this, and also other websites have reported on the findings,
Right.
and people have commented, and people have thrown in other findings. But the gist is,
Congratulations, Mia. Asian women are the most sought after group of people.
right, as in
the
they got the
most?
most
Replies.
right across all the ethnicities. So
And
white men,
unfortunately for me and Dan,
yeah. Right.
Asian men in general are on the bottom.
Right, so Asian men including South Asian
Asian
and
and
East
East
Asian.
Asian,
So
right.
East Asian meaning Korean, Japanese,
And we'll
Chinese.
just probably the Southeast Asian too. I don't know, but then
Yeah,
say,
let's say-
probably that's all grouped together.
Yeah, and then South Asian like Indian,
Yeah.
Pakistani, Sri Lankan.
Okay, so we're on the bottom of the. No one
Right.
replies back to us.
In terms of the men, and then for women, black women were said to have the lowest response rates as
Right.
well.
And the most response rate for guys, white guys.
White guys, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so there's been a lot of people commenting why they think that is or what. I just want to say one thing. I think the study is very misleading.
Really? Okay. Why?
Okay, because if you look at Asian countries with the most population in the world, China and India, well, most of them are not on this app and they prefer Asian men. Okay, so basically.
Wait, this is a Facebook app, right?
Yeah, so basically, you gotta look at who's taking this survey, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at people who are young, who probably live in urban cities, okay? Or they're out in this dating scene a lot, so they're young, they're urban. Let's call them yuppies, young urban professionals, or hipsters, or whatever you want to call them, right? They have a lot of disposable income. They go out to, to drink, to eat, to brunch, to party, and they date. They use dating apps like OkCupid, Tinder. So. Yeah, okay, among the people that live in these big cities, all right, let's say San Francisco, LA, Chicago, New York, blah, 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 that's what they found. And to me, that's actually very, very not indicative of the overall population. The stigma is East Asian men are not as desirable
As
as
what, nerds?
Yes, as white men. There's a stigma out there, do you agree?
Well, it depends on which group of people you're asking. I think
Right.
if you're asking Asian girls, I think most Asian girls are okay with dating
That's-
Asian guys.
That's what I'm saying. But this
But
survey is putting things out there, and then people are taking those facts from the survey and trying to say stuff, right?
Well,
And
okay.
one of the stuff
I
is
think this survey does reflects a certain amount of truth,
Right.
just based on my perception.
Right,
This
yeah.
is not scientific because
Right.
obviously this is just based on my perception.
proven.
I think a lot of people would agree with
Right.
the things I've seen because I lived in the Midwest and that's a lot less diverse than
Right.
than here, and
Right.
you will not see as many interracial couples in the Midwest as you would in big cities. So the perception is, all right, Asian women, they will date a lot of guys who are not Asian.
Right.
The other perception is Asian guys. Really, you won't find a lot of Asian guys with women of other races,
That's right.
especially white women,
Right.
because white women there's this thought
Right.
that white women don't really like Asian guys.
Right,
Okay,
right.
let's say in the U.S. There is a stigma about Asians not being the romantic, attractive,
Yeah, the leading
alpha
man-
male type.
Right, the leading
just
man
look at
type,
it. Look
right.
at Hollywood. Have
Right.
you ever seen a romantic comedy featuring an Asian lead?
No.
You know?
Right.
Like, can you imagine Hitch
Right.
played by me? like, like
No.
any Asian guy? There's just no way. Like, if Eva Mendes finally gets together with an Asian guy at the end
Yeah.
of Hitch.
Let's say short Asian guy, and it's like, you're okay. No, that would never happen. That's a side note. That's why I like Hawaii Five-0 a lot, because you do see prominent Asian men like Daniel Day Kim.
But no, come on. he's still not as prominent as, say, McGarrett
True
and
that.
Dano.
Wait,
they're
true
still
that.
second level to those guys.
True that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because Asian males are in Hollywood, which, let's be serious here, Hollywood is like what most people see as like, you know, the romanticism of life or whatever. Yeah, you don't see Asian leading men. You don't. So therefore, people do have a stigma. Like, if you're Asian men, like you like video games, you're nerdy, you're awkward, this and that. Yeah, it's out there. You know what I say to that? Fine. It's not a big deal to me. Like, honestly, does it bother you? It doesn't bother me. You know why? Because that's not who I am.
It bothered me when I lived in the Midwest.
True that.
When that was affecting me a lot.
But let me ask you a question though.
Right.
You being yourself, when you were in the Midwest, I'm pretty sure that you were still like outgoing and you still were, you didn't let that become an issue for you.
Right, but
Right?
also I left the Midwest
Right.
when I was in my early 20s. So I
Right.
didn't become my own man until, like, you know, maybe later in life.
Right.
So now I'm more comfortable. Now I don't care.
Right.
But like back then, you're still affected by that.
You were affected by that back then.
Because there's no support group for you out there. You know what I
Okay.
mean? There's no friends, the other Asian friends that kind of, your friends are not Asian.
Right.
I mean, you kind of grew up in that environment, but you grew up in Boston. That's still
Yeah,
different than like
I grew
Iowa.
up different, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So like out there, you're still under the, you know, you feel that.
Okay.
Every time you like a girl who's not Asian,
Okay.
and most of the time they're not because,
Right.
sorry, you don't have any
So what
Asian
goes
girls.
through your mind when you were?
First thing is like, will this girl date an Asian guy?
You thought that.
Of course.
Did it affect your self-confidence?
Yes, of
What
course.
was your what? Oh, wait, okay.
Because you have to, that
All right.
one hurdle you have to get over first.
So I'm interested to find out if other Asian men think that, because I think they
With
do.
similar background? as-
Yeah, I think they would. I think they would if they grew up. You know, if you're the only
that's
Asian
a
guy.
legit concern.
Right.
Because I've been in situations where they, you know, some people tell me, they're like, oh yeah, that person, you know, they think you should only date, you know,
Right.
your own race.
I don't have a problem with the stigma out there because I don't have a problem. I think it's not that good, but I don't have a problem with it personally. And if people feel like it's hurting their chances of finding someone that they like, then I would say for them, like we talk about this all the time, like there's things that you can do to increase your confidence and change sort of your outlook on life. And I think that could help you. Like, don't let that be a reason why you don't go after someone you like. Because if you do and they don't like you because you're Asian, well, then you shouldn't date that person,
Yeah,
right?
just too bad. Just move on.
Just
right?
move on.
Yeah.
So, but on the flip side, I do have a problem though with one thing, which is what I have seen in the U.S. is, and this goes to the stigma of Asian men. I've seen on purpose Asian women, namely like East Asian women, Chinese girls, Korean girls, or Chinese girls. I could only say for my own ethnicity. They've said this stuff to me. They go, "Oh, I don't date Asian guys. Period."
They don't date
They don't.
Asian guys.
Period. And to me, that is a problem because they, in their mind, they think that Asian men are less manly,
Lower class.
less manly, aren't as desirable. So somewhere along the lines, that thought, because because of Hollywood, because of I'm not saying blame Hollywood, because of the people around them, because you know they haven't met a lot of Asian guys that are kind of like the like more
Alpha
outgoing
male type?
Yeah, and then they think that they're just like, I'm not gonna date Asian guys. I know a lot of girls. I've met a lot of girls like that. To me, that's a problem because you're letting that stereotype influence you. Some people show similar traits. That's fine, and stereotypes are fine. I'm not against stereotypes.
Stereotypes are there for
You know?
a reason. I
Yeah.
mean, they're true to an extent,
Right.
right? It's generalization. So there's always these individual traits that make you different from other people.
Right. Generalization is based on a lot of truths. So to me, like, just be aware of them and like know that you're your individual. Like you don't. Yes, just because there is a stereotype, you don't have to fit into it. And hopefully you don't use stereotypes on other people. That's all I can say.
Right.
I can't speak for other people.
Right. So, regardless of what the study says,
Right.
Asian guys, keep your heads up.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're awesome. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts about this topic in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.
Later.
Bye.